a Manual of Abhidhamma. In Pali it is called Abhidhammatta Sangaha. So today I am taking this great opportunity to share some knowledge related to teaching of the Buddha incorporated in Abhidhamma. And I will speak more in English and less in Khmer, because one thing is I want to learn how to talk, how to speak in Khmer, and on the other hand I want to share some knowledge related to Abhidhamma in Buddhism. So let me go to the introduction, and I think some devotees from abroad have this book. ព្រោះអញ្ចឹងញោមខ្លះមានសិភៅហ្នឹងមិនមែនសិភៅតទៅនឹងអភិធម្មហ្នឹងគឺអភិធម្មតសង្ឃៈហ្នឹងគឺញាតិញោមខ្លះមានហើយជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសអញ្ចឹងបើអត់មានទេញោមអាច download បានព្រោះគឺ Manual of Abhidhamma គឺសិភៅនេះមិនអត់ឃើញទេអត់ច្បាស់ទេអញ្ចឹងយើងមុននឹងយើងសិក្សាថាសិភៅនេះមានអ្វីខ្លះយើង let us go for the brief introduction about this book. Abhidhamma is the higher teaching of the Buddha, sometimes refers to as the ultimate teaching, Paramatta Desana. In it, man is described as a psycho-physical being consisting of a birth, mind and matter, and it gives a microscopic analysis of human being. So according to this, Abhidhamma is the profound teaching in Buddhism, and another teaching for this we call it Paramatta Desana, and it is translated as ultimate teaching in Buddhism. And in Abhidhamma, human being seen as the composition of psycho and physical entities. It means we are consisting of mind and matter, or spirituality and materialism. And in Abhidhamma, the mind and the body are microscopically analyzed and separated into tiny small parts. Abhidhamma explains the process of birth and death in detail. In addition to defining consciousness, it also analyzes and classifies thoughts mainly from an ethical standpoint. So besides describing man as the composition of physical and mental entities, Abhidhamma explains the process of birth and death in detail. I mean how we born, or about the rebirth, and how we die, and what happened when we die, and what happened when we conceptualize or reborn. So the entire process of rebirth and death is described in Abhidhamma in detail, and what kinds of consciousness, what kind of thought you have during your death, and what happened, and what kinds of consciousness arise or arouse during your birth moment, and so on. So simply the process of death and birth is described and explained in detail in Abhidhamma. And besides defining the consciousness and the process of birth and death, Abhidhamma also analyzes and classifies thoughts mainly from ethical point of view. This is the point we have to understand. Like mind and body, or consciousness or thoughts in Buddhism, cannot be analyzed from materialistic viewpoint. it is analyzed from the ethical viewpoint. That is the key figure in Buddhism. You know, you cannot say that, okay, this is mind, this is body, you know, but from the psychological perspective, they just analyze mind and body, but they don't, you know, regard and treat the importance and the magnitude of the ethics or ethical process that has the capacity to form the human. So it is clear. Various types of consciousness are also set forth in detail as they arise through 6 senses. So according to Buddhism, the consciousness arises from the 6 senses, and it will be described and elaborated, you know, furthermore in detail, you know, when we go through the entire books. Modern psychology has begun to acknowledge that it comes within the scope of Abhidhamma for the reason that it deals with the mind, with thoughts, thought processes, and mental states. So, you know, according to modern psychology, relating to the scope of Abhidhamma, it has been realized that the mind is dealing with thoughts and thought processes and mental states. Buddhism has from the very beginning taught psychology without a psyche. Abhidhamma also helps the student of Buddhism to fully comprehend the anatta, not soul, doctrine which forms the crux of Buddhism. So when you learn Abhidhamma from the microscopic analysis or microscopically analytical point of view, you will understand that there is no self, there is no soul within the human. So this is the main purpose of Abhidhamma, in sharing, in teaching the profound philosophy of the mind and body. To a person who reads this book in a superficial manner, Abhidhamma appears as dry as dust, but to the wise truth seekers, it is an indispensable guide as well as an intellectual thread. So, and this statement is very crucial. It is very crucial to understand as the ordinary human who hasn't reached the enlightenment. When you read or when you study Abhidhamma from the superficial point of view, you might think it is a dry philosophy. It is not practical. Okay, but please don't be hurry to come into conclusion. You have to read it with a deep understanding, with open-mindedness. Then you can understand. That is why. But to the wise truth seekers, it is an indispensable guide as well as an intellectual thread. So the teaching in Abhidhamma can be understood when you have good intelligence and very open-minded. You can understand what has taught in Abhidhamma. The reader who reads this book with deep thinking cannot fail to find it with plenty of food for thought, and which will help him tremendously to increase his wisdom, so essential for leading an ideal Buddhist way of life, the realization of ultimate truth, the Nibbana. So when you open your mind and when you read and study Abhidhamma in open-mindedness with a strong intellectual ability, you will realize the reality, and that reality, that understanding the reality will lead you to the ultimate truth that is called Nibbana. ការសិក្សាគឺព្រះអភិធម្មគឺជាបរមត្តធម៌ក្នុងព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាហើយជាធម៌ជ្រៅបំផុតនៅក្នុងព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាហើយក្នុងភាសាអង់គ្លេសនេះអាត្មារំលឹកគាត់ទៅបកប្រែសង្ខេបថាតើក្នុងភាសាអង់គ្លេសនេះគេនិយាយយ៉ាងម៉េចខ្លះគឺយើងត្រូវយល់ដឹងថាការរៀនព្រះអភិធម្មគឺពិបាកពីព្រោះជាធម៌របស់ព្រះអរហន្តហើយធម៌ហ្នឹងគឺព្រះអរហន្តលោកបានឃើញលោកបានដឹងដោយបញ្ញាញាណរបស់លោកគឺសតិបញ្ញាសមាធិរបស់លោកខ្ពង់ខ្ពស់ណាស់គឺធម៌ហ្នឹងលោកបានឃើញច្បាស់ហើយបើថាលោកឃើញច្បាស់ហើយលោកពោលអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់យើងជាបឋមជនក្នុងភាសាអង់គ្លេសនេះគឺគេបានរំលឹកថាយើងគ្រាន់តែរៀនទៅយើងអាចយល់ដឹងយើងគ្រាន់តែរៀនឲ្យយល់និងឲ្យដឹងបានហើយកុំយកទៅពិភាក្សាឬក៏កុំយកទៅពិចារណាគិតរញ៉េរញ៉ៃហេតុអ្វីពីព្រោះគឺសតិបញ្ញារបស់យើងគឺមិនដូចព្រះអរហន្តទេស្ដាប់បានទេញោមគឺសតិបញ្ញារបស់យើងមិនដូចជាព្រះអរហន្តទេកាលណាយើងពិចារណាឬគិតហួសពីអ្វីពីសមត្ថភាពរបស់យើងព្រោះគឺធ្វើឲ្យយើងនឹងវង្វេងណាអញ្ចឹងបានពេលខ្លះហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងហើយមួយទៀតគោលដៅការសិក្សាអភិធម្មគឺបើអត់មានការចម្រើនវិបស្សនាឬចម្រើនភាវនាទេគឺធ្វើឲ្យបុគ្គលនឹងអាចមានបញ្ហាក៏មានដែរអញ្ចឹងបានលើញាតិញោមខ្លះគាត់ថាគ្រូអភិធម្មខ្លះគ្រូអភិធម្មខ្លះហ្នឹងណាមិនមែនទាំងអស់ទេគឺប៉ះឆាវឲ្យប្រកាន់មើងងាយអ្នកដទៃថាអ្នកដទៃអត់ចេះអភិធម្មគឺមិនមែនជាសាវករបស់ព្រះអង្គទេគឺអត់ល្អទេព្រោះអញ្ចឹងនេះក៏ជាការរំលឹកថាការសិក្សាព្រះធម៌ហើយព្រះធម៌មិនមែនជាគ្រឿងអលង្ការដើម្បីអួតអ្នកដទៃទេហើយព្រះធម៌ក៏មិនមែនជាវត្ថុមួយដែលទៅទុកឲ្យយើងវាយតម្លៃឬក៏មើលងាយអ្នកដទៃទេព្រះធម៌គឺជាការអប់រំចិត្តរបស់យើងព្រោះគឺយើងយកមកស្គាល់មកសិក្សានៅចិត្តរបស់យើងមកស្គាល់នៅសភាវធម៌ពិតនៃសត្វឬក៏មនុស្សគ្រប់រូបកាលណាយើងយកព្រះធម៌ជារនាំងដើម្បីប្រកាន់ដើម្បីមើលងាយអ្នកដទៃដើម្បីអួតខ្លួនឯងខ្ញុំចេះអភិធម្មជាងគេខ្ញុំគ្រូអភិធម្មគ្មាននរណាចេះជាងខ្ញុំទេលោកដែលរៀនអភិធម្មគឺស្ទើរលោកអត់ប្រយោជន៍អ្នកដែលមិនចេះអភិធម្មគឺស្ទើរអ្នកអត់ប្រយោជន៍គឺគ្មានបានការទេគឺទស្សនៈហ្នឹងអត់ត្រូវនឹងធម៌ទេព្រោះអញ្ចឹងបានថាធម៌ព្រះអង្គគឺឲ្យព្រះអង្គឲ្យដល់ស្មើណាសិលសមាធិបញ្ញាហ្នឹងស្មើឥឡូវនេះយើងកាលណាការរៀនអភិធម្មបើយើងអត់មានចម្រើនសមាធិភាវនាទេវិបស្សនាទេគឺធ្វើឲ្យយើងនឹងអាចបែកឆ្វេងហើយគឺថាមិនមែនចោតញាតិញោមពុទ្ធបរិស័ទស្រីប្រុសណាមួយទេគឺចង់និយាយថាសភាវធម៌នៃលោភៈហ្នឹងកាលណាយើងអត់មានសន្ទាប់មកបាំងដូចថាភាវនាហ្នឹងឯងគេហៅថាជាអាវក្រោះឬក៏សន្ទាប់ដើម្បីការពារកុំឲ្យយើងវង្វេងហ្នឹងដូចថាកាលណាយើងអត់មានភាវនាឬក៏ចម្រើនវិបស្សនាគឺការសិក្សាព្រះវិន័យក្តីព្រះអភិធម្មនោះធ្វើឲ្យយើងនឹងមានវិន័យព្រោះគឺប្រកាន់អញ្ចឹងទៅប្រកាន់ធ្វើឲ្យយើងមានវិន័យអញ្ចឹងទៅនឹងជាការរំលឹកអញ្ចឹងគឺគោលដៅរបស់យើងសិក្សានេះគឺដើម្បីគ្រាន់តែយល់ដឹងមកល្មមហើយបើចង់យល់ដឹងច្បាស់ថែមទៀតញាតិញោមដែលរៀនអភិធម្មហ្នឹងគឺត្រូវរៀនវិបស្សនាត្រូវរៀនចម្រើនមេត្តាភាវនាឲ្យច្រើនទៅនឹងចំណេះដឹងហ្នឹងក៏ច្បាស់ដែរព្រោះហ្នឹងអាត្មារំលឹកនេះគឺក្នុងសភៅនេះផងគឺកុំឲ្យយើងបែកឆ្វេងហ្នឹងហើយពីព្រះធម៌គឺសម្រាប់សេចក្តីសុខខ្លួនឯងកាលណាយើងអត់មានសេចក្តីសុខខ្លួនឯងយើងចាប់ផ្ដើមចាប់កំហុសអ្នកដទៃហើយបងអូខេ so then Abhidhamma as the term implies is the higher teaching of the Buddha. It expounds the quintessence of his profound doctrine. So, as you were informed, Abhidhamma is the most profound teaching in Buddhism, and it explains and expounds the quintessence. It means the significance, the core teaching of the profound teaching of the Buddha. The Dhamma embodied in the Sutta Pitaka is the conventional teaching Vohara Desana, and the Abhidhamma is the ultimate teaching, or it is called Paramattha Desana. So according to this introduction, there are two classifications of teaching of the Buddha. One is Vyohara Desana, and the English translation is conventional teaching, and another one is Paramattha Desana, the ultimate teaching. នៅក្នុងការពង្យល់នេះគឺព្រះធម៌របស់ព្រះអង្គគឺមានពីរប្រភេទមួយគឺវោហារទេសនាហើយមួយទៀតបរមត្តទេសនាគឺចង់គឺថានេះជាការសម្ដែងធម៌របស់ព្រះសម្មាសម្ពុទ្ធញោមសួរទំព័រឥឡូវយើងនៅទំព័រលេខ9លេខនេះលេខ9ហ្នឹងមានវាមាន ix អក្សរ i អក្សរ x ញោមណាទំព័រលេខ9នៅកន្លែង preface ញោមណាព្រោះទំព័រទី9គឺនៅកន្លែង preface បានណាញោមព្រោះអញ្ចឹង the Dhamma embodied in the Sutta Pitaka is the conventional teaching ក្នុងឃ្លានេះគេចង់និយាយថាការសម្ដែងឬក៏ធម៌ដែលនៅក្នុងប្រសូតគេថាជាវោហារទេសនាឬក៏ conventional teaching អាត្មាសូមនិយាយខ្មែរបន្តិចគឺពេលដែលអាត្មាអានប្រសូតឥឡូវអានបានច្រើនហើយព្រោះចិត្តចប់ដូចនៅប្រហែលជា2ក្បាលទីបានចប់អ្វីដែលក្នុងនេះគេចង់និយាយថាអ្វីដែលសម្ដែងក្នុងប្រសូតគឺជាធម៌ដែលតកតងទៅនឹងវោហារទេសនាសម្រាប់អាត្មាបដិសេធកន្លែងហ្នឹងក្នុងប្រសូតមានទាំងពីរមានទាំងបរមត្តធម៌ហើយសមត្ថធម៌គឺថាមានទាំង conventional teaching ហើយ ultimate teaching ក៏មានដែរក្នុងប្រសូតប៉ុន្តែកន្លែងនេះគេថាក្នុងប្រសូតមានតែ conventional teaching ទេគឺកន្លែងហ្នឹងអាត្មាបដិសេធពីព្រោះពេលយើងអានប្រសូតទៅគឺមានធម៌ដូចជាអភិធម្មអញ្ចឹងពេលខ្លះមិនយល់ទៀតបើអញ្ចឹងក៏យើងយល់ថាគឺក្នុងធម៌របស់ព្រះអង្គមានពីរគឺមួយគឺ conventional teaching ហើយមួយទៀត Paramattha Desana ultimate teaching. In the Abhidhamma, both mind and matter, which constitute this complex machinery of man, are microscopically analyzed. ចឹងគេចង់និយាយថានឹងឯក្នុងអភិធម្មគឺចិត្តហើយនឹងរូបហ្នឹងគឺបានពិភាក្សាក្បោះក្បាយណាស់ Okay, so I have told you before, chief events connected with the process of birth and death are explained in detail. Intricate points of the Dhamma are classified. The path of emancipation is set forth in clear terms. So mind, body, mental factors and nirvana are explicitly explained or expounded in detail. Yes, Venerable Sirs, if I have learned my kinds of Abhidhamma. Okay, and sorry I cannot answer the question, and it is not the time for discussion. I just want to share the knowledge incorporated in Abhidhamma. So that's why when it comes to the real practice, you have to forget the tradition. And ចឹងចាំអាត្មាឆ្លើយក្រោយខ្ញុំណាហើយអាត្មាមិនមែនជាបុគ្គលដែលអស្ចារ្យណាស់ទេដោយសារមានជនជាតិសួរអាត្មាអញ្ចឹងទៅហើយមានញោមខ្លះគាត់ចង់រៀនអាត្មាក៏បរៀនអញ្ចឹងទៅហើយបើសូមអរចាំអាត្មាឆ្លើយក្រោយខ្ញុំណា Okay. Modern psychology, limited as it is, comes within the scope of Abhidhamma inasmuch as it deals with mind, with thought processes and mental states, but it does not admit of a psyche or soul. Buddhism teaches psychology without a psyche. So Buddhism teaches a psychology without a psyche. So this is the difference between Buddhism and psychology. Psychology teaches psychology with the psyche. Buddhism teaches psychology without the psyche. It means that Buddhism has been trying to convey the message that there is no soul, there is no self. That is the real, the core message, the key message being tried to convey to its disciples, from the teaching itself. If one were to read the Abhidhamma as a modern textbook on psychology, one would be disappointed. No attempt has here been made to solve all the problems that confront a modern psychologist. So what you have to understand is, don't compare that Buddhism is better than science, science better than Buddhism. When it comes to the real practice, when it comes to the spiritual development, there is no being superior and inferior. So you know why? Because it leads to the conceit. ចឹងក្នុងការសិក្សាពីព្រះពធព្រះអង្គក៏សម្ដែងដែរក៏យើងត្រូវលះដែរគឺដូចជាទូកអញ្ចឹងយើងជិះទូកគឺដើម្បីឆ្លងទៅមកខាងទៀតព្រះធម៌ក៏ចឹងដែរគឺដើម្បីចម្លងទុកក្នុងវដ្តសង្សារបើយើងយកព្រះធម៌មកជាអាវុធអីមួយជាគ្រឿងអលង្ការដើម្បីអួតអ្នកដទៃហើយដើម្បីគិតថាខ្ញុំចេះជាងគេក៏វាពិបាកដែរ Okay. Consciousness is defined. Thoughts are analyzed and classified chiefly from an ethical standpoint. All mental states are enumerated. So according to Abhidhamma, thoughts and mental states, emotion are classified in numbers. So we will study that. The composition of each type of consciousness is set forth in detail. The description of thought processes that arise through the 5 sense doors and the mind door is extremely interesting. Such a clear exposition of thought process cannot be found in any other psychological treatise. អញ្ចឹងចំណុចសំខាន់នៃព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាតកតងគឺសំខាន់គឺល្អជាងចិត្តវិទ្យាគឺដោយសារគឺក្នុងអភិធម្មបានបែងចែកចិត្តនិងចេតសិកជាដើមហ្នឹងគឺដូចថាអស់ហ្មងអស់តិច ចិត្តវិទ្យាអត់តន់ដល់ទេហ្នឹងហើយគេចង់និយាយកន្លែងហ្នឹង so like teaching incorporated in Abhidhamma is more profound and more valuable than psychology because thoughts and thought processes emotional processes are described in detail and classified in number. It's really easy to understand what kinds of thoughts or emotion we are having. Bhavanga and Javana thought moments which are explained only in the Abhidhamma and which have no parallel in modern psychology are a special interest to a research student in psychology. So Bhavanga and Javana thought moments cannot be found in modern psychology. So this is the key, important point in Abhidhamma. អញ្ចឹងអាត្មាគ្រាន់តែបញ្យល់កន្លែងហ្នឹងតិចតួចទេគឺតកតងថាតើ the Manual of Abhidhamma គេចង់និយាយគឺចង់រៀបរាប់ពីអីគឺជាក្នុងបាលីអង់គ្លេសគេអានថា Abhidhammat Sangha ព្រោះគឺអភិខ្មែរយើងប្រហែលជាអភិហ្នឹងហើយអភិហ្នឹងជា prefix មួយទេបាលីគេហៅថាឧបសគ្គខ្មែរយើងប្រហែលជាអានឧបសគ្គហើយគឺមានន័យច្រើនពិសេសជ្រៅណាអញ្ចឹងធម៌ដែលជ្រៅធម៌ដែលពិសេសហ្នឹងហើយគឺអភិធម្មហើយAbhidhammat Atta Sangha គឺអត្ថៈហ្នឹងគឺសេចក្តីឬក៏ធម៌ខ្ញុំដឹងហើយគឺការត្រត្រង់ឬធម៌របស់ព្រះអង្គហ្នឹងហើយសង្ឃៈហ្នឹងគេចង់ថាការដូចថាការរួបរวมក៏សង្ខេបសង្ឃគេហៅសង្ខេប chẳng vô này máu cứ The Manual of Abhidhamma nông bisa Anglais rồi có bisa Khmerយើងគេហៅថា ភាសាបាលីអង់គ្លេសគេហៅថា Abhidhammatta Sangha Abhidhammatta Sangha ហ្នឹងគឺជាសៀវភៅមួយក្បាលដែលរៀបរាប់អ្វីដែលទៅសេក្នុងសៀវភៅ7គម្ពីរហ្នឹងគឺគេសង្ខេប so what the Manual of Abhidhamma is the brief description, okay, is the brief description or the brief teaching incorporated in 7 texts of Abhidhamma. So Abhidhamma has how many books, how many texts, how many scriptures? It has 7 scriptures. So before, let me explain you that Buddhism we call Pitaka or tree basket. The entire teaching of the Buddha who had spent his entire life to spread Buddhism or to teach the human, the entire teaching has been incorporated into scriptures, and mainly we have 17 scriptures mainly. We have Vinaya, disciplinary codes. We have 5 books, and then Sutta Pitaka, the discourse basket. We have 5 texts or 5 scriptures, and Abhidhamma we have 7 scriptures, or we have 7 books. And but in different country they have different amount of books, but mainly according to the history, the entire teaching was recorded into 17 scriptures. សម្រាប់ញោមឲ្យដឹងគឺព្រះធម៌របស់ព្រះអង្គគឺយើងគឺអ្វីដែលបងបានសម្ដែងពេលដែលព្រះអង្គគង់នៅមានធម៌មានហ្នឹងគឺយើងហៅថាព្រះត្រៃបិដកហ្នឹងហើយមានព្រះវិន័យមានព្រះសូត្រមានព្រះអភិធម្មហ្នឹងហើយព្រោះតាមការចែកគឺព្រះវិន័យមាន5ណាប្រែថា5ក្បាលថាតាមការចែកណាហើយព្រះសូត្រមាន5ដែរគឺគេចែកជានិកាយ5និកាយហើយព្រះអភិធម្មក៏មាន7ដែរមាន7ព្រោះនេះគឺជាការចែកពេលសម័យពេលដែលព្រះអង្គបានចូលព្រះនិព្វានក៏ប៉ុន្តែតាមប្រទេសតាមខ្មែរតាមថៃតាមលង្កាហ្នឹងគឺថាពេលដែលគេទៅសេចាព្រះវិន័យហ្នឹងពេលខ្លះវាអាចបើយើងគិតថាជាចំនួនសិភៅអាចលើសគឺខុសគ្នាណាគឺខុសគ្នាអាចសូមអភ័យទោសញាតិញោមគឺដាច់សេវាព្រោះអញ្ចឹងគាត់ថ្មចង់បញ្ជាក់ថាធម្មតាគឺចែកអញ្ចឹងប៉ុន្តែការប្រែការសរសេរទៅដូចពេលខ្លះអ្នកសិភៅដែលតេតទៅនៅព្រះវិន័យអាចច្រើនក្បាលជាងស្រីលង្កាអាចតិចជាងឬក៏ថៃច្រើនជាងភូមាច្រើនជាងអីចឹងទៅក៏ប៉ុន្តែយើងឲ្យយល់នៃបើគំកិតចំនួនសិភៅគឺអ្វីដែលបងបានសម្ដែងបានគឺយើងបានហៅថាប្រត្រៃបិដកហ្នឹងហើយគឺមានបិដក3ហ្នឹងមានព្រះវិន័យមានព្រះសូត្រមានព្រះអភិធម្មហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងព្រះអភិធម្មមានសិភៅ7ក្បាលហ្នឹងហើយអញ្ចឹងថ្ងៃនេះគ្រាន់តែចែករំលែកប៉ុណ្្នឹងទេសម្រាប់ឲ្យញាតិញោមដែលគាត់មិនដែលរៀន so let me explain you in English. So as you know that Abhidhamma, like what the Buddha has taught for 45 years has been recorded, has been written into 17 scriptures. It is called Tipitaka, or the English translation is 3 baskets. One is Vinaya Pitaka, referring to the disciplinary course of the monks, or the one who aims to enlightenment, and Sutta Pitaka, the discourse, the discourses preached by the Buddha, and Abhidhamma, the profound teaching of the Buddha. So these are the 3 baskets or Tipitaka in Buddhism. And Abhidhamma has 7 books. I will elaborate, I will describe it tomorrow. So you have learned that Abhidhamma is the most profound teaching in Buddhism because it teaches about the mind and the body and the mental formations and the mental processes and everything in detail and from the microscopic point of view. It is microscopically analyzed. So thank you today for watching.